So I thought just for about 2 minutes we'd talk about the background of Jeremiah's Ranch. And of course, we started 4 or 5 years ago now. Parents that are concerned about where their child's going to live, and so housing has always been the main focus and will always be the main focus of what we're doing. We want to be able to find good housing while we can have fun doing so, and there's not pressure to do so. We don't want to wait till there's an emergency of any kind and you have to find something tomorrow. That's not good for anybody. So, as they will say later, sometimes you just know when the time is right. Of course, part of what we did was started a group home. Larry and I started a group home. Our home is a licensed facility, and but it is separate from Jeremiah's Ranch. And when we go forward, it has to stay separate. So I'll just keep it simple. Jeremiah's house is the group home, okay, that we've been kind of practicing on for Jeremiah's Ranch. That is my own business, and it needs to remain that so that I can also be on the board at Jeremiah's Ranch, okay? So going forward with supported living, it will stay separate on paper, not in spirit, but on paper and legally. I will be the director of the supported living, and of course it's serving Jeremiah's Ranch. That way I can stay on the board, okay? So we've had a lot of fun gearing toward having the houses, and we built the community of Jeremiah's Ranch in various ways. As you know, we started Special Olympics in this town 5 years ago. We started this support group that we're in right now, and we also started a college last year for our guys. But it's a kind of a reverse inclusion where people from the community come and take the classes as well. And we have the teachers are often people from the community, as our coaches at Special Olympics are as well. The main goal of Jeremiah's Ranch is to have basically a 30-acre piece of land with a community center, with our own place. You know, it's just our own place, but the housing as well be on that same piece of land so that the community is built. But we need something sooner than later. I think we can all agree on that. And that is a huge undertaking, as you can imagine. It's very expensive, and to be honest, Regional Center is not always excited about something like we want to do, in that the thinking is not there sometimes. They kind of tend to see this as it's too included, that they're not out in the community. Although I think parents feel like it's building their community for them so that they have what we have in a more natural setting. So it's going to take a while. It's going to take a while, and hopefully the laws change in our favor, where it's not such a battle, but it will be. It will be. And it's going to take time as well, and a lot of energy, and we need something now. So a couple years ago, we heard about supported living, and the person that came out to speak about it, her name is Christina Grant, and she's doing this in Poway, and that's who they're with. And she has now 21 people that she oversees for housing and intending to grow. So some of us started thinking about the new year and where can we focus. We're here today, and we're good. I mean, we have really established ourselves in the community very favorably. But we're here, and then here's the 30 acres, and there's got to be steps to get there that keep the momentum going, that are meeting the needs now. And so some of us started talking about what can be that step. And it was actually Tony's idea that we need a place, you know, ideally, We need a place on Main Street with our name on it. We need our own place, basically. The churches in this community, many of them, have been generous, as they are right here, to let us use their space for free, but we are spread out all over the community, and we don't have a place to point to that's ours and have our picnic tables and just have our place. We have a post office box, and we have things all over the community, which we are really grateful for. But it is time to have something of our own, that maybe 2 or 3 acres, that would be a more or less a community center that our college would be ran out of. I'll go into something else later about a micro business, but really a place that's ours with our name on it, that we're recognized even more than we are now. And then ideally, the community would get a better idea of what we're trying to do, and to be able to look at that and realize, okay, I think I get it. They just want that on a much bigger scale and include housing. And I think the monies would come in once we were established and had our own place, in ways that I mean, we're thankful we have money coming in gifts, we do. But I think it would escalate if we had a place of our own.